Hey, welcome to Your Pamphlet. I'm Rob, and I'm the host of this one-man show, coming to you every Monday, 6 a.m. UK time. And today, I want to talk about something that could be potentially controversial, I guess. It's very hard to understand what the public is really saying about this new reinterpretation of the Harry Potter, um, you know, stories in that sense. Now it's coming out in for Christmas. Actually, the newest addition to the HBO catalog is going to be basically the Harry Potter TV show, which is going to be basically the same. If you haven't heard, of course, the same stories that were already told in the movies. So we're starting again with the very first book, which is going to be adapted as a first season for the show. And so of course they have recast everyone with some changes that I've come across, I guess we could say, not entirely as hoped, maybe, or just quite difficult to be swallowed by certain fans and by purists, I guess, of the books. And I think in this case, with the right concerns, I guess. So let's get in. I just mostly wanted to get into the first look that we've had with the trailer, and what I'm hoping for, and what I think of the casting and all that stuff. So when we first heard, of course, of the casting of some of the characters, I was, of course, mostly interested in who's going to play the big three, like Harry Potter, of course, or Hermione and Ron. And when I saw who got cast, I think my very first impact was, my very first impression was that one of them was incredibly, I would say, incredibly spot on. Maybe in some ways even better than its other counterpart, I guess, in the original movies. One of them was okay, like mid along the way, I guess, like okay, and the other one was could have been better, let's just say. And after watching the trailer, now I'm happy to report that the one I thought was mid, or like okay, I guess, has really grown on me quite a bit. While unfortunately for the third person, I don't really feel too strongly about. I still think the casting is whatever. Like it could have been maybe better, but it did also confirm again that my favorite out of the three is made for this role, and of course I'm talking about the actress who plays Hermione. Her name is Arabella, I think, Arabella Stanton, and she, well, in the first ever casting thing, she was incredible. I think she stood out to me the most. But then also watching her interviews, it was incredible. Like she just is so well spoken and so Hermione. It's just, I cannot explain it. It's just incredible. I think she has a background in musicals, specifically the Matilda, the musical on the West End in London. Yeah. So honestly, seeing her, I urge you, if you're iffy about her, I guess, I urge you to just go and just listen to her speak in interviews. You'll be charmed. I think she's actually, if I'm gonna put my bets on right now, maybe I'll be wrong, I don't know, but she might be a big breakout star from this. She could actually be the most successful out of all these people who are getting cast in this movie, in this series. Sorry, she has, I think, to me, the most potential and the most star power, maybe. Then I came really around Dominic McLaughlin for Harry Potter. I thought he was okay. He was very spot on, but I didn't sense any uniqueness about him. But then when I saw him in the trailer, he really sold the role for me. Like he really did it. He really embodied it so perfectly. And I think the thing that really immediately came to mind was adolescence and his performance, especially when he gets bullied at school in the trailer. I was sold, and I think he's gonna portray, it seems from the trailer at least, the one we're looking at, because we have more time, of course, to spend on the book here in the trailer, in the TV show, because there's more time, of course. He really gives me, all the emotional side in a very tortured side of Harry, I guess, like the miserable side. I'm not saying, of course, that Daniel Radcliffe didn't portray well, but I think this seems more like a raw interpretation of it and very realistic, let's just say. Like, there's less of a fantasy element in the way he's acting as well, if that makes any sense. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see a different take on this. I'm not different, it's going to be a bit more in depth, I guess. So very interesting. Yeah, so T. I'm very excited to see. I'm very excited to see like how it's going to, pan out with him. I think he has a lot of potential there. Amazing stuff. Now then, of course, the Ron Weasley, I think that is just going to be unbeatable, because I think Rupert Grint was just so perfect in the role and so funny. This new guy seems okay. Even in the trailer, I wasn't really drawn too much to him. I think he looks cute. I mean, he's a child, so I'm not gonna go too harsh on him, because he's just like, a kid. So maybe, when he's gonna grow more into a role, he's gonna be really, Ron Weasley for me. But I think for now I'm not seeing it entirely. I think he looks very cute and innocent, and Ron is cute, but he's supposed to be like a bit, quirky and funny and all that, and he does seem more like a cute child for now. So I mean, I'm not writing it off, of course, but out of the three, I'm saying he's the least, the one that has least appeal to me at the moment. Then I want to go, of course, over the big, the adults, I guess, for now, for the show. Albus Dumbledore, I think now this is being portrayed by John Lithgow. I am, it's neither hot nor cold about this, I guess. I'm not bothered too much. I just don't know much about him, to be fair, but also I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the role. I mean, Richard Harris and Michael Gambon were iconic in the roles, I think, but I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with this. Now here we go we're getting to the very interesting territory here. Severus Snape, now portrayed by Papa Essiedu, I think that's how you pronounce his name. And of course, the original actor is Alan Rickman. I am very torn on this. In the trailer, and the stills that they put out, he looks amazing. It's very interesting, very intriguing, different vibe from Alan Rickman for sure. And I'm still torn on whether it was a good choice or not to go race banding. Because, I mean, as we all know, I guess, and as you may have seen on the arguments online, in the book, Severus is described to be pale and in a certain way, like with that pointy nose and all that stuff. So it's quite clear that in the book that he's white, right? To cast a black actor for this is interesting, I think, an interesting choice. And I was really thinking about it. I was like, I think maybe this was a mistake and all that. And like, if they really are choosing to race band, they really need to knock it out of the park with the casting. But also, I'm sure it is going to be an uphill battle for many people, and it's already proving to be so. I think there's just a lot of uncertainty around this at the moment. But the more I thought about it, the more I also watched other critics and other people, commentators about sort of pop culture, and the more I was like, you know what? Some people are really getting it. Specifically, I'm talking about Grace Randolph. She really, I think, brought a great point about this whole conversation. Is that there's no actor who can like recapture what Alan Rickman did. Alan Rickman did arguably, I think, one of the most recognizable roles from the Harry Potter movies, and so to have to do it again, I think it would fall flat whether you went in that direction. Like it would not be living to that same hype. It's impossible to like replicate that. I think he was such a perfect casting for the character, so they had to do some. I think instead of trying to go against this type of like situation where you would have been inevitably like not to fill the big shoes. I think here they went for a different route, which seems interesting and different and fresh and new. And I do definitely feel that with the images specifically. So yeah, very interesting, very very cool. I'm very intrigued to see. I'm intrigued to see how it's gonna pan out with this. Yeah. So then, with Minerva McGonagall, I'm not sure here, if I have to be honest. Maggie Smith was also another one of those roles that is like just like super recognizable, super iconic, and it's very difficult to fill in the shoes. I think she looks can't to be fair, the new actress Jenna McTeer, but she looks a bit more like stuck up from the look that they're giving her. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm not entirely sure. I need to see more of the acting, I guess, to put a final sentence on her. So yeah, I guess like overall okay. Then for Rebus Hagrid of course was portrayed by Robbie Coltrane, who did like an incredible job with this. Just really really solid role. Also again very iconic and very recognizable. I like this casting, if I have to be honest. Nick Frost now is portraying the character, and he gives me a very similar energy in a way, like slightly on the funnier side, maybe on the more comical side, maybe of Hagrid. Nick Frost, I think must have some comedic background, but Robbie Coltrane was giving a bit of a balance between like a bit of the relief comically, but also comedically, but also very. It could be very serious. Well, Hagrid with Nick Frost seems to be a bit more fun and a bit more outgoing. So we'll see how that pans out. But as of now, I'm like intrigued. Then we have another one that I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Draco Malfoy, now portrayed by Locke Spratt. Again, Tom Felton, incredible role. I am not entirely sure what's going to happen with this. I think this kid is also going to be in Lord of the Flies. So yeah, he's supposed to be the big, opposition to Harry, Hermione, of course, and everyone else. He's from the Slytherin house. Yeah, I mean, at first impact, I'm not feeling like, the same way I felt by watching Tom Felton in the role when he was a kid as well. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to pan out. But hey, he's a kid. Let's just see if he grows into the role as well. Now, Dudley Dursley, Amos Kitson is like so similar to Harry Melling that I'm like, you know what? This is just perfect casting. So I'm not even going to too much go over that. I'm mostly intrigued by how they are doing the Dursley couple, like the Petunia and Vernon, because now they have Belle Powley and Daniel Rigby, and they are such a different vibe from the movie that I'm like intrigued to see how they're going with it. It seems more like on the less caricature-esque and more like realistic, maybe. Although those glasses, girl, what's going on? What's going on with those glasses, man? I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but yeah, yeah, I guess whatever, The rest, the rest of the cast is fine. I mean, there's nothing much to talk about. I guess Molly Weasley is portrayed now by Catherine Parkinson, and I think it's more like not youthful, but a younger portrayal of the character. Like Julie Walters was iconic, of course, in it. No, my daughter, you bitch. But this is a more like a younger version. It seems like actress-wise. Yeah, I'm excited to see. Who's going to play the twins too. I'm not sure they have confirmed exactly who they are in terms of names. I've seen some pictures around, but maybe it was actually like, oh yeah, I've seen it's a full. I think they did a full pictures of them, and they actually cast twins as well again, and it looks pretty fun. So I mean, I'm not too fussed about that. I'm really curious to see how. I actually like the actress who plays Ginny, if I have to be honest. She seems very Ginny adjacent, a very similar vibe to bring to the thing. So yeah, I mean, overall, a slay. So I think the trailer overall gave me also very good positive vibes. I think the commentary online is a bit, of course, split in the middle, but regardless of this, it's the TV show is trending constantly on social media, and also I feel like releasing it on Christmas is such a strong, bold, and it's smart move. And I think what's really more important here is to I'm very curious to see how the movie scene instead is gonna compete with that now, because at first it was just there was nothing on on TV at the moment announced that was gonna compete with the movies that were gonna come out in December. But this is changing the game. Like, people will be tuned in because this is gonna be Christmas time. Everyone loves Harry Potter. I'm curious to see if they're gonna do a binge. I think I would advise, if they're dropping it, of course, on Christmas as they are promising, a binge would be very powerful. I think it would be very powerful here. It would really change the tone. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see. And I'm intrigued to see how the movies are going to be affected by this TV show coming out during the same time. So it's going to be interesting. But overall, I'm very, very impressed by it, if I have to be honest. I thought the production seems very high. It seems definitely a different take on it. Specifically seems a bit more realistic of a take. Like, it feels less fantasy in some ways and more actual HBO coded, which is very interesting to see. So I am seated. I will definitely be watching. So don't you worry about that. Like, that's gonna be definitely it. So yeah, cool stuff. Now I'm gonna head over to the I'm gonna leave it to the sponsor for the episode, and then songs of the week very briefly, and then we'll be done with the episode. But thank you for sticking around. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me know how you feel about the casting. Are you positive? Are you feeling positive about it, or are you just very purist in terms of the books and the movies, and you're not going to be tuning in? Let me know. Wait, because before we move to Songs of the Week, I have to put you guys on something that I had, I wish I had at least a year ago. Those nights where you're like, I'll just have one drink, and then suddenly it's 2 a.m. You're making life decisions you absolutely shouldn't be making, basically. And yeah, then the next morning hits. So I recently came across liqueur gummies, and they're basically designed to help with that next day situation. They've got this blend with DHM, milk thistle, B vitamins, ginger, all the things that help your body actually recover properly. And what I like the most about this product is that it's not really complicated, basically. You literally just take gummies, and that's it. No mixing powders, no weird drinks. They're meant to help with stuff like fatigue, nausea, dehydration, so you don't really wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck, basically. And I've seen a lot of really good reviews about them too. People saying they feel way more normal the next day, which honestly sounds perfect to me. If you want to try them, I've got you an exclusive discount of 20% off. Just go to Liqueur, it's liquure.com, and use my code at checkout, which is overshare pamphlet. Also, just to be transparent, I do earn a commission if you use my code, so you're supporting the show as well. But yeah, if you're going out anytime soon, this might be worth having on you. Yes, songs of the week. This week we have this is the last, by the way, this is the last addition to the playlist of March 2026. So if you go on Spotify, you can check that playlist out. Just search on Spotify the Overshare Pamphlet Songs of the Week March 2026 to listen to the songs. But these are the songs that I've been obsessed with this week specifically. First off is this song that I've been putting into my different playlists that you can find also by searching my name, I guess. But it's called Parallel by Simmer with double R at the end. Very, Very, very cool. Very cute. Very uplifting song, let's just say. It's kind of like neo soul adjacent, I would say, the way it's produced. So cute. I'm obsessed with it. Just keep it playing. There's a lot of like orchestral, I guess. Like it sounds like a very, almost sounds live the way it's recorded. It's not, but it sounds so good. I really enjoy it. Very, very cool stuff. So that's that. Then I want to talk about Leak It by Flo. This to me sounds like a song that Tate McRae could have. Sounds very, greedy, very sports car adjacent. So cool. I really enjoy it. Very nice. Plus their vocals is incredible. The last verse, so cunty, especially lyric wise, but also delivery is just incredible. So good. I love it. Love it. Then Slater. Slater finally has her album out, and so many great songs here. But the one I really enjoy the most is Saint Loser. I guess that's Saint Loser. I think that's what it is. So good. I mean, this is hyperpop basically, so you can expect amazing things. But the production on this album is just very wild and aggressive, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, if you've been following me through my previous episodes, I've talked about her quite a few times with this album. This is it. So good. So if you feel like a bit of a hyperpop beat, aggressive production, aggressive delivery, this is it, man. This is it for you. So good. Then I have Afterbody by Jay Stevens. This album, total sellout, so impressive. I'm not sure if it's her debut or not, but the musical palette here is just incredible. Like, I think if you like New Jeans, I mean, she's not K-pop, but if you like New Jeans, if you like Jersey Beats, if you like all that, this album is for you. But I think specifically Afterbody, incredible. So good. Then I want to add, I really need to delve into this album specifically. I didn't do it before when it came out, but it's Duckworth's All American Fuckboy, and one of the songs that I really fell in love with is Fell of the Earth. That song is just so good. He has this interesting mixture between I think he reminds me a lot of Tyler, the Creator in some ways. The way he's a rapper for sure. He raps a lot in his songs, but also he's very visually and production-wise artistically driven. Very cool. Love the production on this. So cool. Love the song so much. Yeah. And then to finish off, I'm going to bring back Remy Wolf again. This album keeps on giving. I keep on falling in love with a different song from her 2024 album, Big Ideas. But the one I really enjoy at the moment, that I'm really replaying a lot, is Toro. Fucking love that song. So good. And the best part of it all is just that the first chorus amazing. The second chorus is even better because it's juiced up by extra instrumental in the back, guitar, and they just are jamming so much in the song. It's just incredible. I love it so much. Rain Wolf, please drop another album because I am obsessed with you specifically, but just the type of music that you do and your albums in general are just incredible. Maybe we'll get one this year. Who knows? I would be very happy with that if I can get one. So, yeah, loves it. Anyways, this is it. See you in April, basically. April is going to be difficult because I'm going to be gone for quite a lot of it. So I might not be posting as consistently, but bear with me. I will be trying my best. But anyways, have a great week ahead. And, spring is here. We changed the time, we went back 1 hour. Well, we went forward 1 hour. Amazing stuff. The days are so much longer now. So I'm so pumped for the summer. Have a good one. Bye.